I think we have our last news story,
We
right?
have one more news story here. And it's
One more thing.
EVO's 2025 business update. What does this mean?
So EVO used to be owned by Sony Interactive Entertainment, so PlayStation, and then a shareholder called RTS, which used to be like Pokemon's esports company, basically.
Oh, right.
I don't know if she's still involved in that, but so SIE acquired EVO and RTS in 2021. This is back when they were making their big live service push and esports push, and well, we all know how that went.
Yeah.
And their goal was to, in quotes, our goal was to help the EVO community grow and spotlight the skills and passion of fighting game fans on a global stage. And they're going to transition to being a big EVO sponsor, saying, quote, the momentum for EVO has never been stronger following the successful Vegas event and upcoming expansion to new regions. Yeah, they're doing EVO France and EVO Singapore now on top of EVO Japan.
Right.
And they've been sold to Nodwin Gaming. It is a leading name in South Asian gaming, esports, and youth entertainment industries. It is also heavily invested in by Saudi Arabia. And it's, I don't know how you say this, Kidaya?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, they're they own RTS and they're going to be funding big money into it. And, they go on to talk about they talk about the event in Vegas and the 16 titles, and the festival covered 14 acres of show floor, including the brand team ups such as Nacon, Zenny, AT&T, etc. I'm kind of bummed about this because Sony is a really stable sponsor and a really stable owner, regardless of what you think about PlayStation or the way they handled EVO, which I think they handled it fine. It's stable.
Right.
This fucking South Asian esports brand, I'm less confident in that. Significantly less confident in that.
I'd say, yeah, I'm certainly not as confident in the brand ownership because, they haven't been, we don't have a track record of how good they are at keeping events running well.
Right.
The worry is that they're taking the private equity approach of like, this is a great and successful event. Let's run it more efficiently and make it more profitable. But the alternative situation is that it might be that EVO's historical problem has been lack of funding. Like, obviously they have funding, but like, I could very easily see there not being as much money behind EVO as it maybe warrants.
You do not go into EVO to make a bunch of money. You'll make some money off of EVO for sure, like no doubt about that.
And if I was eyeing acquisitions that I believe have growth potential, and I was a big company trying to purchase, esports style acquisition assets, I think EVO's really attractive because it's something that you can very easily look at and go, man, the event's growing every year. People want to go to it. And fighting games in general are on the upswing. If I just give it money, if I just give it a ton of money, this could swallow up even more of the major tournament market, and we could purchase this thing and then juice it and eat the other big events and then make this the only thing that really matters for fighting games, because it almost has been that before, right?
It kind of is. There's only one really other big, you can argue two, Frosty Faustings is somewhat popular, but like as far as like the big ones, it's like this and Combo Breaker, and EVO is significantly bigger than Combo Breaker.
I think that every game has EVO and its own thing, right?
Yeah.
Is the idea is that you have your Evo, which is it's the big platform not controlled by the company that runs the game, and then if your game is like active enough, the company that runs the game is also putting on their big tournament, and those are the two things that matter. And I think that they want they just want to make Evo bigger is a big possibility here.
So here's the thing. I think you can do that, partially just because fighting games are bigger than they've ever been. Like they're actually one of the few genres that are growing amongst young people, which is weird to me. I don't know why the fuck that is, but sure. But I also think that the FGC as a whole, for lack of a better way to say it, is broke. I talked to a dude at EVO. So for those of you who don't know, at EVO, if you get out of a round of pools, you get free Chipotle meal cards. This dude was like, yeah, my wife told me that if I don't win today, we don't eat tonight. So, so like, it's not like there's a whole lot of money for the people who participate in this shit. And I think that this year EVO attendance was actually down a little bit. A lot of people speculate that's because of the economy and people are afraid of, international travel to the United States because, yeah, I get it. Anyway, there's that. If they're expecting like rapid growth in this after they juice a bunch of money into it, I think they're going to be disappointed.
I mean, I think primarily Saudi ownership, like the MO for the big Saudi-owned companies is put a ton of money into it and let it lose it, because like the goal is to just have the influence over it, not to not to make it necessarily better, but just to make it big and important. And if you're trying to own the biggest and most important thing in fighting games, EVO is both currently that thing and has the best potential to be more of that.
And it is historically that. Like if you talk to any player in fighting games, like, hey, if you could win champion at any game, any tournament, what would it be? It would be EVO.
Unless you're a Street Fighter player, because $1 million would be nice.
Yeah, like if you're a Street Fighter player, yes, you would take the Street Fighter World Championships. But like otherwise, yeah, you're gonna say EVO. Like if you're a Tekken player, you're gonna say, yeah, EVO Tekken. Like yes, 100%. So I don't know though. I just have this weird vibe with this, but I also had the weird vibe about Sony, and it turned out great. And the people who manage EVO seem to be really good about keeping the culture of EVO alive.
Yeah,
like when I was at this was my first EVO in person this year, and the vibe was what everyone said it was. Everyone was there to have a good time. Everyone was really chill. You go play sets whenever you wanted. The Marvel top 8 and top 24s were rowdy as hell and a lot of fun. Like it is an event that I read. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you look at Saudi-owned sports as the comparison point here, the entire deal in Saudi-owned sports has been, man, I want to go over there because they're offering me crazy money. A little evil, though. It's a little evil, though. Maybe I shouldn't go because of the evil. And so, if they buy EVO, you kind of don't have an alternative. Like, you can't choose not to go to EVO because of the evil. If you're a big fighting game player and you want to compete, like, you're probably gonna go to EVO.
Well, you're gonna go to EVO, but I don't think you're gonna go to EVO Saudi Arabia. I think you'll go to EVO Japan, no. EVO Singapore, EVO, the one in Vegas.
EVO is in Vegas. Yeah, EVO is in Vegas. That's how it is. In fact, Saudi Arabian sports do their sports in Saudi Arabia. They keep it where it is. They own it and they make the money off of it. And then, like you sign the contract or you don't if you're really not cool with the murder of Jamal Khashoggi.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, the people that run EVO were involved in this. Sony was just like, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
Nothing you can do. Sony wants to sell an asset. You're like, all right, I guess we'll see. Fingers crossed. These guys are cool about it.
Which, to be fair, like I said, the people who run EVO historically have done a great job about keeping the culture and vibe of the arcade alive and well.
Yeah.
So I hope that continues under the new owners. I want to go next year real bad. I would love, I think this is an event. If you have even the tiniest interest in fighting games at all, EVO is a must-to-go event. It is just so good.
Here's my proposition for the next EVO to make it good. Okay.
All right.
If you get out of pools, you get a ticket that lets you punch an opponent in the face once. It has to not be during the match.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
You get one opponent, one full force punch in the head.
Just adding a real physical element.
Add a physical element to the game. Yeah. Because you need to care.
Oh man. Duncan, no. This is completely unrelated to this, but there's absolutely a side tournament for Yomi Hustle. You should come to you should come to EVO. You should come to EVO and enter Yomi Hustle.
Oh, you should come to EVO and be good enough too.
Yeah, you totally.
I did an online match on Yomi Hustle. Got perfected immediately. Their understanding of the game is so far beyond me.
To be fair, I'm probably gonna get bodied in my pools. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But yeah, like I'm gonna play Marvel Tokon and I'm gonna play Street Fighter and probably get rickety wrecked, but that's how it is. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah, keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens. Look, man, even if EVO were to, the worst possible case scenario, EVO goes down the tubes, the fighting game community lives on. You will go back to the basements.
If you add the head punch ticket, it adds an element of endurance. Because if you're getting into top 8, you've probably taken a lot of those hits.
See, I think we want to. Some of the beauty of fighting is in the martial arts, the varying disciplines and approaches. So I think it should be like real life dive kick. It's one hit. You got to get one hit. However you do it, I don't know. You gotta do one hit. Can't be to the legs or arms. Got to be torso or head.
If they do fuck this up though, man, Combo Breaker is probably stoked.
I know, right? Yeah,
Combo
that's the thing.
There's
there's other competing tournaments that they are also competing with. This is not just them having free reign. So,
like Combo Breaker is probably like, man, if they fuck this up, we're gonna be the new EVO.
I mean, that's how you scale up. You scale up by if EVO goes down. Every bit that EVO goes down, every other tournament goes up. That's right.
See, the thing is like there's basically just two though, and realistically there's just one, and that's Combo Breaker. Yeah. To a lesser extent, Frosty Faustings, but like it's Combo Breaker, dog.
It's that, and then a giant sphere of locals. It's like the fighting game community lives off of a giant sphere of locals. All across the country.
I am sad. I am sad that the Reno locals are not going to be back in swing until like mid-September.
Why are they taking a break?
They're taking a post-EVO break, and then UNR is having a Nevada esports tournament /LAN on September 13th.
Ooh, nice.
So they want to leave space. So so they're doing a Street Fighter 6 teams event. Yeah. So
all right,
I don't know. I'm debating why I want to sign up for that. Anyway,
yeah, you should get in there. Get in there.
I've been playing Elena. I got it up to Plat 4. She's fun.
Yeah, nice. Hell yeah.
Yep.
That's it for news. So we have a few minutes left here.
That's a news.
What have y'all been up to? Bronson, what have you been up to?
I wrote a lot this week, but as for playing video games, I got into Guilty Gear Strive. They finally released their proper ranked update in Lucy, and I went into training mode with Lucy for a little bit, and